Morning, good afternoon. My name is Dominic Keyless. You pronounce that like saying you have no keys, you're keyless, right? So, anyways, that's how you pronounce my name. Let me first introduce myself and giving you some background of myself. I was born and raised in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, so in the city area, and also some rural areas in the parts of Wisconsin out in the country. So it kind of gave me a little idea of both perspectives of the world, a little city and a little country living. Uh, Living in the with both parents at the time, switching from one to the other, both always had an idea about diet and nutrition, which is something what trying I would like to speak to you about is our diets and nutrition. And being that I was doing things out with my father out in the rural area, in the parts of Wisconsin that we lived, we tilled the ground and had this big garden. I mean, we were out there, weeding it, tilling it, and planting it, and then harvesting it. We even butchered our own poultry and other meats, for protein intake and such. And so nutrition was always been kind of a part of our family life already. Mom and Dad always kind of had a way of getting us involved in preparing food, and it was always kind of a fun thing to do and learn. So, I learned how to make gravies and prepare meats and vegetables and salads, and it was always a good time just, helping Mom and Dad in the kitchen. So from there, it's always been kind of always instilled in me to be helpful um, with others in whatever endeavors that they were having. So I was always kind of that person that just had a lot of caring attributes towards people in general, and I'm sure that we all have can relate in that uh, fashion that we have a desire to help our fellow man or woman, person, right? So I decided after high school to join the military. And of course, you know how the military is, pretty strict type discipline. And so then from there, of course, I was an Army medic. So in the medical field, it was always a part of learning how to train, physically training. So we had this training thing going on. And we also had an idea about what it is to have a good diet in place too, because we recognize that it's not only the exercise that kept us fit, but also our diets too as well. I mean, if we always ate a lot of junk and unhealthy foods, well, we could exercise as much as we want. And I'd seen guys on remedial PT, other than the regular physical training that we were doing with the soldiers. We also had another extracurricular physical training activity to help those who needed to do some more training because they were kind of overweight and unfit and physically unhealthy. And that's pretty much directly related to their diets, whether it was how they grew up or what they learned. And so, anyways, so we understand that diet and exercise, that diet is pretty much like 90% of the battle, into living or having a healthy uh, physical body. So, and in turn, we all understand that also having a healthy physical body also translates to healthy mental uh, capacities and emotion stability and good spiritual outlook. So all those things that make up us as humans really translate to how well our eating habits are and our diet and exercise, right? So exercise is just a small part of that, but diet is very important. So anyways, I then stuck into the medical field after I got out of the military, doing some stints with dialysis, which if you understand anything about dialysis patients, they have renal kidney problems and failure. And so their diets had to be very strict. And so we had to understand and relate to and teach our patients how to have a very good diet. Because if they didn't have a very good diet in place, they could throw their whole body system out of whack because all these toxics and things that built up inside their bodies and they couldn't eliminate any of that waste. And so they were on a very strict diet. So we understand the importance of nutrition even from a patient perspective. So then from there, I also joined the VA hospital. So then I started to work in the hospital as a nursing assistant as I started going to classes to further my educational goals, in which I later on graduated with a degree in nursing. So, and as I was going through these nursing classes, I noticed some very important things about nutrition. Our nutrition is very related to our health. So if we want to be physical, mental, and emotional, and spiritual, the whole being, to be healthy, the best way to do that is to start with our diet. So diet and not only exercise was always the key to proper health. Because I tell you, folks, working in the hospital is not a place that you want to be. You really want to stay away from the hospital as much as you possibly can, I tell you. Because there's other things that you can also get in the hospital that that you didn't come in with. So the best thing to do is to stay healthy and just stay out of the hospital altogether, because that's not a very good healthy place to be. Because they say the best health prevention or is ounce of prevention is a pound of cure, right? As we say, right? Okay, so then that's best to do. So what should we do? We should focus on maybe our diets. So our diets are very important in understanding and in direct relation to our health, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So this is what my passion in life is, to help others to achieve a better, stable, more centered, balanced approach to life in general. But more importantly, it also first starts with our diet. And I think that everyone can do a real good part for themselves, not only for themselves, but also being able to help others and relate to others even more on a more mental and emotional aspect by starting with a good diet, having and maintaining a good diet. And so that's what it all starts with. Of course, you throw some exercise in there, and go about your day. But the most important thing is to understand how you and your diet are directly related to your success in life and how healthy you're going to be. And trust me, folks, staying out of the hospital is the best thing you can do for your health. So if you can prevent those kind of things, other than catastrophic injury and illness, we all understand that how those things happen. But we can also help ourselves by having an appropriate diet in place that helps us to maintain a good physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health in our lives. So that's my passion, that's my goal, those are my dreams, is to help, and my sincere desire to help others to live a more healthier, happier, and more fulfilled life. And so I think that it's most important that if anybody wants to succeed in life, or be of service to anyone else, you have to be able to take care of yourself a little bit. So, of course, that also helps with being able to help others. So if we can take care of ourselves, our bodies, and maintain that healthy, nutritious diet that keeps us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually well balanced, well, a lot more we can do for others, right? So I know how people are. Everyone has a caring heart, I believe. Not everybody is always, for themselves. So the best thing to do, focus on our diet. So that is my take for today. Again, I'm Dominic. Pleased to meet everybody, and I hope that you will consider me for the position with the cookware company that I'm looking to work with, and to be able to demonstrate their cookware and how to best prepare nutritious, appropriate diets in our lives, and maintain a little more healthier lifestyle, which translates to better physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. So with that in mind, this is Dominic from Fort Myers and Cape Coral, Florida, now signing off Thank you for listening, and please have a healthier, happier, and more balanced lifestyle, and be able to help others as well. So, God bless you. Take care. Bye now.